Hi everyone, welcome back to Metanoia and welcome back to another Christmas messages video. For those of you who don't know or are new to this channel, I make a video every year during this time that's dedicated to those of us who are kind of struggling this time of the year. It's a stressful time of the year. Not all of us get to have people, or some of us have people and it's stressful. Either way, it can be a very hard time of the year. So I'm doing this with the intent to just make a fun distraction or any kind of carefree distraction, honestly, in the hopes that at the end of my life or at the end of YouTube, there's this, nice long playlist where people can tune in and, watch this evolution throughout the years. That's really cool too. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy what I have for you today, at least a little bit. It's going to be a relaxing video. Unfortunately, I don't have a topic. This is just going to be a chill vlog. And I think in the past, I've done mostly topic videos. I did one video on Kuan Yin. I did one reading a story, a storybook to you. That was fun, for me at least. I don't know about for you guys. But yeah, so today I am going to be trimming one of my plants that has overgrown and propagating the pieces to hopefully make a bunch of tiny plants that I will plan on giving to my coworkers, because I have no money, unfortunately, for real presents this year, and this is kind of the best that I can do. I don't know if all of them want plants for Christmas, but either way, I've got to trim this plant because it's getting a bit overgrown. And why waste the trimmings when they can be a whole new plant? So I'm gonna flip the camera around now so that you can see this guy. And then after that, I'm going to set you up outside. I probably won't show you all of it, all of the process, but I hope to kind of just, have a little plant station set up the next time you see my face, and we'll talk. We'll talk about how this year has gone, and yeah, I don't know, whatever comes to mind. So here's the plant. I got 8 3-inch clay pots. That's kind of a hopeful number. I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna get off this plant. I also don't want to completely kill this plant because I'm hoping that it lives. Also, I need to trim it because it requires a lot of water when it's this big, and I won't be here for 2 weeks. I'll be traveling. In fact, I'm recording this in advance because I will not be able to post during the normal time that I post these videos. I'll probably be in the air as you're watching this, or have just landed. I'm not sure. I've named her Frances just because that's what spoke to me. But I wish you could smell. She smells so good. It's kind of strong, but it's really nice, and she's fuzzy too. Will that focus? I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go set up the pots now, and I'll see you soon. I hope you can see and hear me okay. I apologize for the filtered light and the weird background. It's kind of the best that I can do right now with what I have, especially this time of the year. The light is not so great. The sun is low in the sky, and that mess I just want you to know in the background is not my mess, that's my landlord's mess, so I'm not gonna touch that. But I'm just gonna, real quick before I set you down right here, show you the setup. That's what it looks like. That's what I'm doing. I hydrated the soil, and they're ready to have some little babies in them. All right, let's bring this guy over here. Sniff it. It smells great. Oh, I wish you could smell it. Yeah, so for those of you who followed my Vlogmas stuff, you know that I really like gardening. And it's weird because I actually, I follow a lot of gardening channels, and last night a homesteading channel, I believe, commented on one of my videos, so that's a fun coincidence. And I was thinking, how did this person find my channel? And you know, I comment a lot on the gardening videos that I follow. So I always wondered that perhaps one of those people from gardening would like click on my channel from the comment and be like, what is this girl doing? What is this crazy lady doing in the gardening the gardening forum? And my answer is I like numerology and plants, and yeah, I got a lot of weird stuff on my channel, and you're welcome to to hang out if you are into plants and like spiritual stuff and matters of consciousness. And that person did ask, like, how did you get into this, I guess, field of work, something like that. And I am thinking perhaps it's possible that person was thinking just that, like, why is someone who's into consciousness numerology over there? But anyway, so let's get started. I'm also, actually, another coincidence, wearing a sweatshirt from it's like merchandise from a channel, from a botanist channel called Crime Pays But Botany Doesn't. And it's also a kind of technically, at least on YouTube, a random channel for someone like me to be following, because well, the guy, he he kind of like shits on other spiritual I don't know, like people and topics a lot of the time. It doesn't offend me. I think that I kind of understand where he's coming from. I don't know if any of you know that channel, The Crime Pays But Botany Doesn't, but it's a great way to learn botany. I highly recommend it. And I actually met the guy the other day. He was selling his books because he was moving, and I was like, yes, I would be interested in some plant books. And he happens to live, or used to live, I guess, like 15 minutes from where I'm living. So that was, you know, that was a weird coincidence too. That worked out. I just moved here in July, and so that's where this sweatshirt comes from, if you were wondering. Yeah, and so I should probably explain to you what I'm doing right now. For anyone who like wants to know how to propagate a plant like this, I basically just like cut it off of the stem to where I saw like the most growth, where I could see like other growth branching out. And now I'm cutting off these like little leaves to put in the dirt, and hopefully they'll root. This is a very easy plant to do this with, and they're very hardy. I find they're very tolerant of all temperatures and light. They don't like too much light though. I think they kind of burn out really fast in complete sunlight. And there you go. Hopefully he'll make it. They usually do. Not all of them do, but I'd say 9 times out of 10 they survive, and he'll grow out the top there. This is very wet, but that's a good thing, I think, for initially, to encourage the roots to come out. And I'm not really an expert on this. I've just done this with this particular plant a lot of times, and each time I winged it and the plant turned out fine. So I don't know if that's luck or what, but it's working out for me. It's really hard for some reason to like do this and talk to you at the same time. I don't know why. And as usual, it's loud when I'm trying to record, when it's normally complete silence. So that's checking out so far. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any holiday plans, or if you're looking forward to the new year. And please watch my video on the 2022 forecast, the forecast for next year, if you're watching this in December. Something that I'm looking forward to that I hope pans out is that the Sixth Sense Society, the channel that I guest appeared on, I made an announcement video for that on my channel a while ago. They invited me, because they're so kind, to their 2022 special. So it looks like they're gonna have like a panel of astrologers and stuff on there, and just to like talk about what to expect for 2022. And I was invited to join in as a numerologist, and I'm really excited about that. I hope it works out. I hope the scheduling works out. We'll all be in different time zones and everything, so hopefully, you know, we're able to figure it out. And going on there is such a joy. Please watch that video if you haven't yet, or if you're interested, remind me to maybe link that in the comments somewhere. It's on my channel, like you could easily find it if you searched it, but it would be definitely more easy if I had like a direct link on there. So just remind me to do that if you can't find it. All right, here we go. We have this one. I'm gonna name this one Patrick, and then completely forget which one it is. Yeah, it's a really chill video, really simple. I hope that it's a little bit relaxing. I'm sorry I don't have more camera angles for you. Eventually I will pan out and show you all the little dudes, little guys. But yeah, for now I'm just working with one camera here, so this is what we got. It's kind of involved, but I just pulled this out of the dirt. That's interesting. It's kind of involved, but I kind of am interested in those cameras that you can either, I guess, strap around your chest or perhaps even on your head. I don't know if that exists, but I've definitely seen the ones where you like strap on your chest, so like you can see what other people are seeing when they're walking around. I think that's a really cool perspective. I wonder if GoPro, probably got dirt on my face right there. I wonder if GoPro has something like that. All right, let's see here. Okay, but going back to what I was saying before with, like, you know, the gardening channels and the plant channels that I follow, I have like a very broad range of interest. I'm interested in the culinary arts. I'm very scientifically minded. I like, you know, to talk about philosophy a lot and things on consciousness, and you know, I collect cookbooks, and I, for a period of time, was really interested in neuroscience, and I don't know, I've always been very curious and desperately needing to just know everything. Not know everything, but kind of like understand why things are the way that they are. Probably a main reason why I became a numerologist, as that person was asking before in one of my other videos that I mentioned earlier. And you know, there's so many interests, and I definitely share like a lot of interests with people because of that. But at least for me, I don't know what you guys think about this, but for me, I find it that people really are either, I don't know if they're confused by me, or I just I don't know, it's hard for me to like find people I'm compatible with, and I think people get confused as to why, like, I'll read scientific literature but also believe in topics of spirituality, and like usually it's one or the other. I find especially with men, it's very hard for them to be like both left-brained and right-brained at the same time for some reason, at least all the ones that I've met. And that's like, I don't know, that's probably just me. That's probably just something that I'm perceiving, but is not necessarily true, and perhaps at my own fault for some reason, just not being able to communicate effectively to these people, like how or why a person can be like that, you know, like it's not all just woo-woo and nonsense. It's just like an honest, as I've said many times before, an honest exploration of life. So, you know, that's gonna look like something different to every person. And for me, I kind of like to dabble in all of it. In all of it. It's all pretty amazing to me. this is going on a tangent, but like, another reason why I feel like I'm not prepared with an actual topic this year is because it just doesn't feel like Christmas this year. You know, I don't know if that's because I'm in California now, or like I've had so much change, my environment's different, that I'm like distracted with my immediate environment in that way. I'm not really sure what's going on with me, but it feels very overwhelming to have another year to tackle. I definitely can feel the pull of the 6th year to just kind of like pull back, let go a little, and, you know, allow whatever is there to be, just to not add to the stress anymore. You know, it's kind of like having a big pile of stress, of a Tetris, if you will. I like to compare life a lot to Tetris because it just makes a lot of sense to me. You know, like, for me at least, it's never usually like one huge thing that is stressing me out. It's usually like a combination of awkwardly shaped blocks falling down upon me that I have to determine where to put. And it's very stressful, and eventually they build up to a point where it's potentially game over. And that's what life feels like to me. It's like a combination of things, and they all come at you very fast, and they're all varied. They're all like different kinds of problems, and each one of those single blocks, continuing the analogy, are not necessarily like the worst thing, but they're there and they're adding to the pile. And that's kind of like what these past 6 months have felt like to me. And Christmas is usually a time where I can kind of get lost in the holiday, and I don't feel like that this time. It feels very much like I'm trying to stay focused and just get through this experience, unfortunately. I don't know if any of you feel the same way. If you do, let me know. I wonder if I can just angle the camera down a bit so you can see more. I don't know if you could tell, but I don't know what I'm doing. But I hope this is, oh, hello? Oh God. Is this a weird angle? Am I doing this right? Send help. Okay, here's something. Okay. I don't know how people with culinary channels do it. They have all the patience in the world, let me tell you. Ugh. Okay, I'm just gonna take some surgery here. There we go. Yeah, so that's how things are going, a summary of how things are going on my end. It's quite possible that I'll get to New York and finally be able to, you know, be in the present moment. Unfortunately, even on the weekends, I have a hard time being in the present moment. Like, I just, I don't know, I put a lot of pressure on myself it's a, I don't know what to call it. It's a way for me to compensate any sort of lack that I have in anything. And that's not necessarily the right way to go about anything, that's for sure. But sometimes it's like, it's kind of like a fallback. It's like, oh, I don't have control over this stressor or this stressor. I'm just going to do the best that I can over a lot of things that I don't have any control over, which looks like being neurotically busy. I don't know. I don't know how else to say this. Here you go. Here's this little guy. I'm gonna put him over here. And I always kind of did that, especially in high school. When I got to college, it was kind of like, all right, this is just more of the same. was just like kind of really burnt out, unfortunately, by then. But yeah, it's just I had a kind of what I like to call panicked indifference in college. I was definitely putting pressure on myself, but in some weird way. I was just extremely indifferent in a lot of ways because, I mean, it was just like I got out of one nightmare to go into another one, really, truly, unfortunately. That's what it was like for me. And eventually, I think my subconscious was like, all right, this is all we've known our whole lives. We need a break. We need something different than this. And honestly, it's possible that that's how metanoia came about, was just like that. I needed that kind of disruption, and metanoia found me, honestly. And I started my blog, and I started eventually, you know, this YouTube channel because of that. And it's potentially a good thing, honestly. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if you're doing this, definitely hydrate the soil before doing this, because it just makes it a lot easier. Here's this little guy. Boop. Alright, I got one more left. I'm almost done. So there's still a lot left on here, as you can see. And I'm gonna water this guy heavily afterwards to just, you know, help with the shock of what just happened. We all need that, truly. Just, hey, had a stressful year, just sit in a bath of water, you know? We're basically plants. That's what I'm saying. This is why I don't have an entertainment channel. Okay. So here's the results here. I hope that you found this relaxing, and I hope that you like these little cuties here. I wish I could mail one to each and every one of you. Unfortunately, I do not have the money, and I also do not know how to do that anyway. But this is what I got here. I hope my coworkers, or at least some of them, want a little plant, and that's the Carnage. And I actually use these in my moon rituals and stuff. I like to make little crystal grids with these guys, and I'll probably do that later today because it's a full moon. And they smell so good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, and they're so soft. They're so fuzzy. It's like a little tiny oxytocin boost if you don't have a fuzzy pet to pet, honestly. I think that's why I love this plant so much. But yeah, I think that's all I have left to say about this. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, and please always like, comment, and subscribe. That helps my channel so much, so that those who are meant to find it can help me beat the algorithm here. I'm grateful for all the past Christmases I've had, and I'm grateful for this upcoming one and all the future ones in which I get to share my life with you guys on here. It's really cool that I get to do this with you, even if there's just a handful of you. It's just so cool. And I'm so sorry for the low quality of this video. I'm sure you guys follow so many impressive channels. I'm unfortunately just like not one of them. I lack the skill and time. But you know, it's like I'm not really here to be very flashy anyway. I just kind of hope that you guys get a little slice of peace, especially now. We all need this little slice of peace before, you know, ending this chaotic year and the overwhelming task of starting a new one wherever we're ending up right now. And just know I'm thinking about you. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.